Time being, we're putting the spotlight again on a corporate conversation. Texmaco Rail has formed a joint venture with RVNL. This is a 49-51 JV where Texmaco Rail's share is going to be 49%. And this JV is going to focus on manufacturing and maintenance of freight and passenger rolling stock. Joining in to talk about this is Sudipta Mukherjee, Managing Director at Texmaco Rail and Engineering. Mr. Mukherjee, thank you so much for joining in. We also have with us Manish Agrawal, Principal Executive Director, Mechanical at RVNL. Mr. Agrawal, welcome to the conversation. Thank you both for being with us. So, gentlemen, we really want to understand this. I mean, I think the equity component that Texmaco has put in is less than 5 crore. It's not about the equity you've put in right now, but really what is the purpose? And that's what we want to highlight on. So let's put 3 points up for our viewers. We want to understand the synergies from this joint venture, the growth opportunities that come by it, and how this strategic partnership can perhaps enhance and further value creation, and how confident the companies are of normalizing the execution and the improvement of wheel set availability. So let's start by first understanding the JV itself, the thought process, the rationale. Independently, both of you do work for the railways. Mr. Mukherjee, Texmaco anyway has been producing rolling stock, right? So why the JV? What does it bring to the table? And what happens to the business that you will bid for independently? And what will be bid jointly through this structure?
Good morning. Thank you to start with a very thought-provoking question, which will set the ball rolling for the whole discussion. See, you have to run it through from the context that the infrastructure related story or the India growth story, that is one which is a big context. And of course, globally also, we find the same similar momentum in certain geographies in the present situation, that nobody is able to ignore the very part of infrastructure and making it more capable for the geographies. So we both play a significant role in our own capability in the domain. But when you talk about scale and reaching to newer markets, so this JV is kind of a association which will hold a tremendous potential to unleash further new markets in terms of having more capability and putting it forward for the new India. And that's why we want to define it that it's a very unique public-private initiative.
And absolutely. Sir, but some more specifics will help, sir. Shareholders need to understand what the rationale is. And again, I go back to that central point. This JV, while it looks at opportunities in overseas markets as well, I'm sure it will also bid for Indian railway opportunities. So then, how do you split it up? I mean, what business will be bid through the JV, and what happens to the independent work that you're doing, the rolling stock that you're producing for the railways?
So I come to the last part of the question. There is a non-compete. We are not going to enter into the domain of RVNL, or RVNL is going to enter into the domain of Texmaco. So far the core businesses are concerned. This is more related to the areas which is beyond that what today we are doing. Per se, from the perspective of Texmaco, there are certain turnkey projects which are coming up, including the maintenance of the rolling stock. And also, when we talk about rolling stock, it's not only freight wagons, it is the passenger mobility and also the locomotives. So those are the areas where we want to work together from this JV in terms of the whole life cycle of the product, right from manufacturing to service and maintenance. This is one of the key factor in the JV which we are looking forward to. And Texmaco brings the manufacturing expertise in and around what RVNL is doing. And we together, we believe that we will be able to execute and look forward to such such kind of opportunity.
Right. Mr. Agrawal, let's ask you and put it another way. Have you set yourself a revenue target for this joint venture and a timeline by which you would achieve that revenue?
Very good morning to all the viewers of your esteemed channel. See, this JV partnership has been envisaged to leverage the core strength of both the companies. Rail Vikas Nigam Limited, as you know, has been in the forefront of providing the railway infrastructure, and now recently we have branched out to other areas as well. Coming to the revenue part, our initial target is about 5,000 crores, but we have not spelled a very definitive timeline because the company is still in the formative stage. We are looking at various areas, as mentioned by Mr. Mukherjee also, which includes locomotives and rolling stock consisting of both freight as well as the passenger mobility. So we are quite hopeful that once the ball starts rolling, we will have adequate business under our belt to gradually transform and increase our revenue.
5,000 crores is what you are targeting from this joint venture. You haven't set yourself a specific timeline, but I'm sure there is a rough range that you would have, right? Is it 3 to 5 years, 5 to 7 years? You can give us a broader range. The street will be happy with that.
Yes, initially we are targeting a 3-year period because there are certain low-hanging fruits which we feel that can be accessed and can be taken care of quite quickly. We have certain opportunities in the African continent. As far as RVNL is concerned, we are looking at this JV, a major part of it coming from the overseas market. And Africa is one country where we find there are a lot of opportunities. So in the next 3 years, we are looking towards fulfilling these requirements.
Mr. Mukherjee, I'm looking at some estimates on the street in terms of wagon procurement from the Indian Railways for this year. It dipped quite a bit last year. In FY25, I think it was only 9,400 wagons ordered. One estimate suggests that this year it could be as much as 38,000 wagons that the Railways looks at procuring. So when you talk of an opportunity like this, will you be addressing the Indian Railways opportunity independently through Texmaco Rail, or will it be via the JV now going forward?
It will be independently through Texmaco Rail. It has nothing to do with the JV.
Okay.
And JV is, as I have mentioned, it is beyond whatever we are doing today. It is for newer markets, newer reach, and new combination of business.
All right, Sudipta, since we have you with us, let's tell us a little about execution right now. Wheelset availability was a bit of a problem. We spoke with Titagar last week as well. They did say that it continues to be a bit of an execution problem. Would you concur with that? And what are you doing to improve that? What's your execution timeline for the year likely to be? X of this JV, obviously.
So for us, we would like to mention clearly that for wheel sets, we do not want to change the guidance. We had done a top line of 5,100 crores last year, and we are confident that we will do better in the top line as well as the bottom line. And regarding to the wheel thing, it is only limited to the production of the railway wagons, which is being ordered by the Indian Railways. But although there was a crisis in between, but now it has improved a lot. A right combination of Indian Railway orders and the private and export orders will be handy for us in the way forward to make successful our plan.
All right. So I was just saying, no problem in terms of wheelset availability. You are expecting revenue to grow this year and profitability to grow as well. And Manish, on RVNL, first quarter margins were at a record low, 1.5%. Do you expect them to improve? What's your overall guidance for this year, X of this JV?
Well, the margins had dipped, no doubt about it, because as you know that earlier, primarily we were handling railway projects only, and that too on nomination basis. But as per policy shift, we are now bidding in open market and securing projects. So this particular procedure has started in the last 1.5 to 2 years, and the projects that we have now secured, they are gradually maturing, and we are certain that in the coming times, the margin and the revenue are going to improve.
So just one final question, for Mr. Agrawal. You said that the revenue potential from this JV could be 5,000 crores. By when will you be coming up with the first bids when you identify opportunities and projects? Should we expect it in 2, 3, 4 months, longer than that? When do we see action on the JV?
Yes, after signing of the JV yesterday, now we will be in the process of completing the incorporation of the new company. And at the same time, we, as I mentioned earlier, also that we are scouting the overseas market initially to get hold of certain projects, particularly in the African continent. And we are sure that in the coming 3 to 6 months, our bids and our forays into this area will start.
Okay, all right. Perhaps some more revenue opportunities to start off with from Africa in the next 3 to 6 months for both of your companies. Thank you very much for joining in and giving us some perspective on this new joint venture, as well as, of course, the existing business. That's Texmaco Rail and RVNL.